Hello everyone and welcome to WhatCulture Gaming. I'm just joined today by the magnificent Ash Millman for some Xbox Series X rumors and leaks that all sound legit. I know we've done a lot recently about, rumors that are doing the rounds because pretty much that's all there is when it comes to gaming news, but this does seem legit and it all points towards there being a second Xbox console when the next gen comes around in 2020 to give people more options, which is kind of what Microsoft's done in the past before. They are good at releasing different versions of their machines to give people more choice, to attack more of the market, as it were. Ash Millman, I know you're a big Xbox fan under all of the love for God of War that you have. I just want to know, just before we jump into the rumors themselves, are you looking forward to the Xbox Series X's launch? Because I don't know whether you're a fully Sony convert now, or whether there's still, like I said, some love for Microsoft's machine.
I love the Xbox. I love the Xbox itself. I just love it as a machine, as a console. I think it's lovely. I love Games Pass. I love its whole ethos of being, let's get as many games on here as we can. Let's celebrate the legacy titles and just have a lovely time. I really obviously, I'm a big fan of PlayStation and Sony's exclusive mantra, where they get all of the best games together for everyone. But I just like Xbox. Xbox feels like a lovely little homey console, doesn't it? It's like, oh, thank you.
It does a little bit.
You treat me nice.
Thank you, Phil Spencer, for treating me nice. So the rumor itself is from, it's actually been leaked by a bunch of different people, but the one I'm focusing on here is from Windows Central, who has picked up a bunch of different rumors surrounding the next console, and the idea that Microsoft are going to announce something called Xbox Lockhart, which will essentially be a budget version of the Xbox Series X. It'll be something more akin to the Xbox One S. And my God, honestly, trying to reel all of these different versions off on a news video without getting them mixed up is surprisingly difficult, so sorry if I misspeak. But yeah, this is essentially going to be a next-gen machine still that will, according to Windows Central, replace the Xbox One X currently available and will be a more limited machine. It'll still have some next-gen features. It'll have, perhaps limited ray tracing and the high load speeds, but it won't have, the flagship features that the high tier Xbox Series X will have. And I think for me, choice is always good. Not everyone has the same amount of money, not everyone has the same interest. Not everyone is interested in picking up, a machine that can have 20 teraflops or whatever the specs are for the Series X. Man. Exactly. Some people genuinely aren't interested in that. They just want to have the game. So for me, when it comes to having more than one console available at launch, it is ultimately a good thing, even though it's not really something we've seen before, if that makes sense.
I think it's lovely that they're doing this. It's like the affordable, accessible option, and that it's nice to have an option to replace what you already have, but still be able to access the next generation. I think that's a very thoughtful way of having a business model. Really, having the new thing that's like, this is our biggest, shiniest, massivest console with all the great stuff in it that you want, and then here's the version where if you're not quite ready for that, if you can't quite afford that yet, you can still keep up with everyone, have a nice time, but work your way up to this big one in due time. Or maybe it's not got things that you need on it, so have this little one instead. It's kind of like the iPhone or mobile phone model thing, isn't it? Where it's like you get the cheap entry level phone where you can just make calls, go on social media, and then you get the ones that are like, oh my God, it's got 17 cameras and also a hologram inside it.
What? It's got a robot that sits next to you on the couch and tells you what emotions to feel. I'm really pleased you brought up that smartphone comparison though, because I feel like we've seen the industry as a whole kind of pivot towards that mentality over the past generation when it comes to console upgrades, but it's Microsoft in particular, in my opinion, that's really embraced that mentality of having all of these different models and kind of treating their platform, their Xbox platform, like it is, a Samsung flagship or like it is an iPhone or something like that. And ultimately, I think as long as they don't go too far in that direction, it is a good thing, and it's in direct comparison to how they talked about the Xbox One when that came out, because their messaging at that point was very much, look, if you can't afford it, if you don't want it, there is a console for you. It's called the Xbox 360. I'm pretty sure that's almost verbatim what one of the executives said at the time, and that obviously did not go down very well. So like you said, this is, in my opinion, a cool way to let everyone experience at least a little taster of what the next gen has to offer, and not limit people to the machines they're currently on. Because
Absolutely.
you know, for as well as the Xbox One sold, and as much as people enjoy it, like, I think Microsoft fans in particular are eager for something new. Obviously there is the X, but you know, like, it's not, I don't know, I'm looking forward to upgrade. I don't use my Xbox One base model all that much, so I don't know whether that's just me being an anomaly and I'm looking forward to a new console, or just more of an excuse to play Microsoft games. I do not know, but I'm using me as the barometer there, and I don't know whether that's going to fall down on my face.
I don't think I was particularly interested in the Xbox One, like the new upgraded, like when the PS4 Pro and everything came out. Specs and everything, I think, are a great choice if you can afford to make it, and I like there for 4K HD. Oh my god, I'm going to be immersed in everything 100%. I'm in the game, but like, I think there's lots of having the option to just go, okay, I really like this, I really like gaming, but I just want to be able to do it as easily, quickly, and cheaply as possible. Again, it feels like the inclusive option. It's just a nice thing to do, and that it's got the cool nickname still of Lockhart and all that sort of thing. It's still nice. I miss the Anaconda Lockhart days of when we thought those were the names.
Oh my god, the Anaconda! I completely forgot that was even a thing. I remember the Scarlet. That's still very vivid in the memory. But the Xbox Anaconda, honestly, just keep those work in progress, you know, titles. Just have them. I want that. It's too confusing to talk about the Xbox One S and then the Xbox One X and then the Xbox Series X. Give them kick-ass names like Anaconda and have Nicki Minaj do the theme song for it. I do. Exactly, yeah. What's not to love? I do have an addendum to this. Oh, sorry, Ash. I was going to say before I move on.
I keep like, sorry, it's this delay. I'm like, hello. But I think the last thing to say on that one is just that someone's done like a concept art for it, haven't they? Where it's like instead of it being the full size Xbox, it is just the stubby cube. And I think that is especially cute and lovely as well. I just think it's nice that they've got like the big freaking daddy console and then the little tiny like, hello, I'm just here to play games on as well. Nice, something for everyone.
I think that's how we can, you know, refer to it from now on. Lockhart is the cute, cuddly console, and the Xbox Series X is the daddy alternative. But moving on to the next part of this leak. There have been a bunch of other rumors suggesting that all of this is going to be revealed in a Microsoft conference in May. Obviously, they were initially set to be at E3, but that's not going ahead. Then they confirmed that they were going to host a digital event in its place, but haven't revealed any dates. All of the leaks that have been on the Windows Central website and a few others that have been going around on Twitter are suggesting that Microsoft are going to hold this in early May. They're going to then announce the Xbox Lockhart console, along with spotlighting a few exclusive games, including Halo Infinite and the as of yet unannounced Fable 4 or Fable 4 reboot that we've heard a lot about for a long time. So Ash, judging from your pure grunt of, I don't know whether that was fear, pleasure, aggression, I'm assuming that's a good thing.
It's all of them. It's a whirlwind of emotions. It's I'm excited for Fable. I think Fable coming back, it needs to come back to its like high point. Fable was that game for so long. It was absolutely that game. And for it to come back again and have a whole new revamp and take all the things that people know that they like from the previous games and have learned from the things that they didn't, I think is absolutely its time to come back. Especially in the age of like massive RPGs where we know people of like Skyrim and Witcher 3 and still talk about them now, and Fable is amongst that, but it's getting a lot more dated compared to the more recent entries. So to have a new version that I can't get words out about would just be so lovely. It's got such a sense of humor and such a wonderful fantasy, high fantasy, low fantasy, highbrow, lowbrow mix of everything. I just think I would love to see it again. And the rumors about it always fill my heart with such joy because it's just it's another nice room. The Xbox is a nice console and Fable is a nice game, and to have them together, I think would just encompass their whole ethos and vibe and be a really nice reintroduction. People say that Xbox has been on the back foot this generation compared to Sony for games and all that sort of thing. So for them to come back and say, oh, well, we're thinking about games for everyone and consoles for everyone with price points, as well as this game, which we know that you all loved previously, and this could be a stepping on point for new fans. I just think that encompasses their whole lovely brand and vibe in one great way. That would be a good reintroduction to Xbox as the next generation and a new kind of tangential spin from the whole competition between PlayStation and Xbox, as tight competitors for cutting edge stuff. It's like Xbox legacy, PlayStation exclusives, really snazzy games sort of thing. The distinction between the two. But again, doesn't mean Xbox can't have them, because Fable would be there, which would be great.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on. Like, Fable for me was a franchise I was into when I was a bit younger, and then I felt a bit hard done by it, you know, when we got to the likes of Fable 3 and then all of the cancelled follow-ups. But obviously, you know, sadly, Lionhead, it doesn't exist anymore, who made the original games, and all the rumors point towards Playground Games, who worked on the Forza Horizon series, working on this. But I think that is an exciting prospect, because they might not have much experience creating RPGs, but Fable is such a malleable universe, and it's so primed to have a bit of, you know, fresh blood injected into it, you know, with new ideas, new passionate ideas, and it could genuinely fill a gap that I think Microsoft don't currently have. And like you said, it's that RPG gap. On Sony's console, on the PlayStation 4, we've got Horizon Zero Dawn, which kind of, you know, occupies that RPG space. They seem to be focusing more on those single player experiences, and I want Microsoft to come out with the likes of Fable, with Halo Infinite, and whatever else they have up their sleeve from the likes of Obsidian, you know, or Ninja Theory and stuff like that, to kind of fill that gap and be like, look, we've been working on this for a long time. We haven't shown it off because we weren't ready, but look how damn good it is. And hopefully we'll get that in May. But that is, of course, you know, take it all with a pinch of salt. May as a date is still up in the air because of everything that's happening that might get pushed. But all of the overwhelming rumors do seem to point towards this Xbox Lockhart existing, and the fact that Fable 4, or whether it's called Fable Reboot or whatever, is coming at some point. So I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think Microsoft offering another separate Xbox at the end of 2020 is a good thing? And are you looking forward to Fable 4 as much as Ash is? Either way, while you're down there, can you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to WhatCulture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. Even if you don't, I've been Josh. You can follow me on Twitter at JoshBroom with 2 O's, joined by Ash Millman, who you can follow on Twitter at
Ash Millman.
And we will see you soon. This delay has absolutely killed us in this video, but it's okay. Bye-bye.